Have you got favourite places where you like to go for a walk? For me, I think it's the beach. I wonder if you've got a particular spot in mind where maybe you're stuck at the desk, you're stuck behind your computer and you think, oh, I really want to get out, I really want to go for a walk. Where is that place for you, I wonder? Hi there, my name is Pete Last and I'm an executive coach and mentor, and this year I'm doing a weekly vlog on a year in the life of an executive coach. And last week, in week 7, I touched upon the value of walking coaching sessions, because there's really clear evidence that walking enhances and increases our creativity. And this week I wanted to reflect a little bit further on how I think coaching walking sessions can be of real benefit, especially to clients, but also to me as a coach. I'm based in Bideford in North Devon, and one of the advantages of being based here is that we are just a stone's throw from some of the country's most beautiful beaches. Our go-to beach is Westward Ho. We have a spaniel who absolutely loves the beach and loves being out there, and if we can't make it to Westward Ho because the tides are wrong, we can usually get down onto the beach at Instow as well, another beautiful location. I wonder if you have a particular favourite spot that you go back to time and time again. We certainly do, and we find they're really helpful places to be. And I have found, especially working with clients locally, that getting out into the countryside, getting out and about and walking whilst coaching is of tremendous benefit. And I've been pondering this week why I think walking coaching sessions are so helpful. And I just want to share a few quick thoughts with you in this short video. The first thing I think is that it puts things into perspective. It is very easy, isn't it? Especially in our current settings where so many of us are literally stuck behind screens all day, every day. It's really hard to break out of that mindset. So I think it's very important to get out. And I realise I'm fortunate. I live in a beautiful place. I'm so close to the beach, I can be at the sea in 5 minutes. If you're living in a town or a city, maybe it's harder to do that, but I think you can get out, and I think it's important to get outside, even if it's just to get some fresh air, hopefully catch a bit of greenery, maybe walk around a park, maybe walk alongside a canal or a river. Hopefully wherever you are, there's somewhere that you can go which will just give you a fresh and a different perspective on things that are happening in your life. Secondly, I think that walking actually helps both the client and the coach to relax a little bit more. Slightly more relaxing than perhaps sitting together in the same room, or perhaps more relaxing even than being on the opposite ends of a Zoom call, which is how I've been doing quite a lot of my coaching in the last few months. I think if you ever have the opportunity to walk outside with a coach, you will find it a much more relaxing and, I hope, therefore more helpful process. I've been thinking as well that actually, although I have been able to coach very successfully through Zoom and through other forms of communication, I've worked with Teams, I've worked with messenger calls, yes, it works and it can be done. I think there's something quite nice about actually walking along side by side with somebody. I think there's something quite disarming about just walking next to somebody rather than actually looking at them directly. And obviously there isn't quite that same degree of eye-to-eye contact through a Zoom screen that you would have perhaps face-to-face if I was sitting with somebody here in my office. And I like the fact that that side-by-side contact somehow seems a little bit less threatening. I guess it reminds me sometimes of sort of sitting in a car, doing a long car journey. I can remember many of those, dropping the kids off to university or picking them up again. And often the conversations that would take place in the car with me driving and them in the passenger seat, surrounded by all their worldly goods, they open up a lot more than perhaps they would do if we were sat opposite the table, opposite one another at the kitchen table. So I think there's something to be said for that side-by-side conversation where it's perhaps just a little bit less threatening, or it feels a little bit less threatening than the eye-to-eye, face-to-face conversations that might otherwise take place. Well, there we go. Just some thoughts about the importance of walking in coaching. And as I record this today, Boris has just announced that the sort of the pathway towards the end of what we all hope and pray will be the final COVID lockdown for this country. So as those restrictions are released and as we are able to get out more and meet more people and travel more widely, if you haven't yet considered it, do consider coaching and do perhaps consider walking coaching. Get out into the countryside, especially as the weather improves. Maybe even if you're in a city, get outside. And even if you're talking to somebody on the other end of a phone, it's possible to do a coaching walk like that, even if you can't actually physically be in the same location together. But have a great week. I've been out already today in the beautiful sunshine down here in North Devon. Let's hope the weather continues to perk up. Have a great week, everybody, and do please join me for week 9 next week. Take care. Bye-bye.